Hey, what's happening, YouTube? It's your boy CGOD. We're back again on this 2003 Honda Shadow 750 bobber build. So, like I said in the previous video where I introduced her to you guys, actually I think I'm gonna call this one a guy, because I kind of came up with the name of Chato for it. So I mean, it's got to be a dude, you know? Fuck it. So yeah, for this nigga, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. I've been itching to mod this thing ever since the first day I got it. So I mean, like I've said in the previous videos, I have removed the front fender. What else have I done? Just little things, you know. But as you can see right now, I test fitted the new seat we got for it. So this is pretty much just a single seat off of eBay. Pretty decent quality. It does come with two different style of springs. So as you can see, it has these, which I do not really like, and it also has these. So I'm probably gonna find a way to mod these to fit, because essentially what I'm gonna be doing, let me break it down for you right quick. So we have these, right? And these little bastards here are going to get rid of our strut and spring assembly back here. So as you can see, we'll mock it up like with the bottom, you know, it's lined up with the bottom bolt there. So as you can see, it's a tad shorter, so we are going to be getting like at least a 2-inch drop from this, and it's also going to make the bike a hardtail. So what that means is we're not going to have any suspension back here on the swing arm, so it's going to stiffen up the ride a good bit. So our seat needs to be comfy, you know, got to have a comfy seat. And we're also going to do the suspension, like I said, because these springs are not going to cut it. So as you can see, I've modded this bracket already. I just had to make the holes bigger so I can move this all the way back, because I like the way the seat looks as close to that tank as possible. So I mean, as you can see, we got real nice fitment there, because originally it was going to sit like way the hell back here. So yeah, that was unacceptable, so I had to mod the bracket. So now it'll sit, as you can see in here. Also had to put a new hole in it. See if we can focus. There we have it. So that piece in there is going to bolt right there where the gas tank also bolts to. I had to drill a new hole so it lined up nice. But yeah, so I mean, as you can see, look, we got beautiful clearance, guys. Real beautiful. It's just barely not touching. So yeah, I don't want the seat to sit too high, but I also want good suspension, because with these springs, whenever I sit on it there, like if you look from the side, we have a nice gap, which I like, but whenever I sit on it, it completely just sits the seat onto the frame. So that's unacceptable, and it's not going to work, quite frankly, because we're going to hardtail it by getting rid of the suspension. So we need seat suspension, guys. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and try to change these out for this. Like I said, this was the front fender, so I mean, it's decent-ish, kind of. It did have these funky little things on it all the way through, so I might clean this up and actually use this one for the back tire fender. I think that'd look pretty sick. We'll see what it looks like after we get this fender removed. So we're going to be removing this whole entire rear fender here, and as well as getting rid of this chrome like bracket or whatever. These are going to be solid to the black part of the frame. This chrome piece is going to be gone, and I'm also going to be cutting the back area of the frame for the rear fender off. So essentially I'm going to be cutting it like right before the shock, probably like right here or so, and it's just going to be chopped frame right there. So I mean, it'll just be a lot more open in the back area, and we'll see how that looks. If we like it open, then we'll fuck with it. If not, we'll find a way to fit this fender. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I got these little Johnnies too, like a 2-inch pipe by 8-inch long or so. So these are pretty much just going to take place of these ghetto things that they put on. I don't know exactly where or why, but it looks like they put those fucking things on and they painted them white. So yeah, they look like poop, but you can see the original pipe here. And we're just going to be taking these off, cutting these welds and getting this pipe out. And then these will go on there like so. And I want them pointed straight out the side like that for maximum America or whatever. I mean, it's a Honda, but I fuck with it. So yeah, we'll be able to like adjust it. We'll be able to cut the pipe, whatever, you know, make it however we want. We'll do both of those. And I also got some heat wrap. So I just got this in the mail. I haven't even opened it. But yeah, it is some titanium heat wrap. Maybe. Damn, it's just really not wanting to focus for us, boys. But yeah, there we have it. So it's 2" by 50 foot is what it's supposed to be. Exhaust wrap titanium. So it should look similar to what the old stuff was, as you can see. So I mean, it should look similar to that. We are going to take the pipes completely off to be able to wrap it real nice and make sure we can weld the pipes on good and then slap it back on. So after that, like I said, we need to figure out a permanent mounting position for the seat. I think that's really all I got for us, boys. I also wanted to change these, which I mentioned in the previous video, because I wanted to put these in the front, because these are, I don't really know what to say about them. They're just not my style, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and try to put these up there. That should look pretty dope. It already looks hella more killer with this seat. So, I mean, I fuck with it. Oh, and also I did a little bit of some decal work last night. Chopped this out for us. Kind of hard to see. Get set up like about here. Oh, yeah. That's real nice right there. Low life crooks, for you boys that don't know. And if you don't know, you won't know. So, here we are. I am pretty sketched out though, because I have no idea on how to jack this motherfucker up. But yeah, we'll get to that right now. I had some people pull up and it looks like they want to talk to me. So, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back once we figure this shit out, alright? Alright guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the homie David who came by. He actually helped me like put the bike on stands and shit like that, because if not, surely I would have dropped this bitch. So I'm hyped, guys. I'm fucking hyped. We got the lowering struts on, kind of mocked up the seat, kind of figuring out what we're gonna do with the turn signals and shit like that. It's looking pretty dope though. It's looking pretty dope. So this is what I got so far. So the turn signals aren't wired in or nothing like that. The seat isn't bolted on or nothing. It's literally kind of just chilling on there. It's just an idea to see like what it looks like. I'm gonna have to figure out something with it. I don't know if I'm gonna cut the frame still, because I mean, as you can see, it kind of has like this. It's kind of cool that like the turn signals can mount up right there. If not, and I do end up cutting the frame, I'm probably gonna cut it probably like right along this little ridge, and I'll probably drill holes right here, because this part of the frame is nice and flat, so I'd be able to mount the turn signals there pretty easily. But yeah, the seat, I swapped it over to the springs now. I don't really know how to mount it just yet, because it's kind of like too wide to fit. So as you can see, the springs are like fighting for their positions and shit. But I mean, this thing looks wicked, guys. Holy shit. Look at this thing. That thing just looks super gnarly now. So yeah, guys, highly recommend it. I haven't ridden it yet, obviously, but I do plan on doing something. Whenever you sit down on this old girl, your butt is real close to that tire, so it's kind of sketch. I kind of want to put the front fender that I have here. So to give you guys kind of like an idea, this side has more like a rounded edge, and this side's more like squared out. So I don't know which one to put yet, but I mean, it would essentially go on something kind of like that, you know? Shit. There you have it. Something kind of like that anyways. So essentially, with the fender, she'd look kind of something like that. Obviously, it needs adjusted. The fender would need trimmed and stuff like that. But that's what it would look like with a fender on it. I do have a sissy bar coming for this also, so you guys are kind of gonna have to wait on that one. But damn, guys, go ahead and leave a comment down below what you think of the fucking bobber build so far. Just getting started. Like I said, we pulled these off, which is the original rear suspension. We also pulled off these little chrome brackets that were holding on this rear fender. And I mean, the rear fender is pretty bad. I don't think there's gonna be any saving this one. So I mean, I'm not too worried about that. Got everything taken out of the way. Now she just looks wicked, guys. Fuck. Can't wait to ride this thing again. But yeah, like I said, probably gonna have to use new mounts for this, because as you can see, whenever they're chilling, they sit just a tad like off, I guess, from where they would need to sit. I don't know if I'm gonna make a plate yet to cover the wiring and the battery and stuff underneath, but I think it would probably help it to look better. But yeah, guys, this is what we got so far. Looks pretty sickening, you know. The fender probably actually... Yeah. There, that's how she'd look more. Hell yeah. But yeah, it looks kind of funky with the seat sitting up like that, so I don't know just yet how I want to make the brackets to be able to mount these on the bottom. But yeah, this is the progress we've done so far, guys. So pretty much the way we yacked it up is we had the front tire secured by these various bricks and whatnot, and then I just jacked it up by the swing arm with my regular floor jack, and then slid these two stands underneath the frame rail right there. And I mean, it kind of worked. Whenever we was giving it the sauce, we almost dropped it like one time. So the way I was pretty much working on it is like I had the homie holding the bike while I was putting these struts on, because you do have to like take the originals off, you know, and then let the swing arm loose, jack it up to the now lowered height, and then put these on. So while we were doing that, it did get kind of sketch, but it's all good. You know what I mean? We're all alive and stuff, so it's dope. It's real dope. I'm real hyped on it. I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on this seat and see what I can do with a mount of some sort, and we'll end up going from there. Yeah. Alright, I got another small update. So I decided to ghetto rig up the rear fender just to see what it'd look like on there, and shit, this should look dope, yo. So this is what it looks like with that rear fender on it. As you can see, it still got the seat mocked up, but I put on the other springs to lower it down just to see what it'd look like for now. But as I stated earlier, these springs aren't strong enough, so it probably is not gonna work. But it may work, we'll see. But yeah, she looks real killer now, boys. Like I said, other than getting the fender finalized, the seat finalized, and the turn signals finalized, I still do gotta chop off these boofy ass tips, take the pipes all the way off, weld the new tips on, and then heat wrap them. So I mean, she's not final yet, but holy shit, she looks so much better already, yo. Very fucking wicked. That's not exactly the final spot for the fender, because I know it does look kind of funky, but I mean, I think it's decent for now, you know. Whole bike looked pretty decent now, I'd say. Some old CGOD can actually ride. So yeah, guys, let me I don't know what the fuck I'm doing still, but let me figure something out and I'll bring y'all back. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much gonna be finished up for today. I feel like we've put in a pretty decent amount of work. Let me show you what we've got so far. So as you can see, we've remounted or relocated our turn signals, so those will be there. The frame should be getting chopped like right here or so, right after those. So yeah, this part right here is going to be gone. I got a little bracket made for the seat, so this allows me to move the springs inward, because as you could see, like where the original bolts were for it, it's kind of like too wide for the frame. So I remounted the springs inward. The only thing I'm going to have to do is tomorrow I'm going to have to weld a piece of metal right here to make kind of like a, I don't know what you would call it, kind of like a mounting bracket, I guess, so that the springs would have something to sit in. And then we should be ready to go on that. I'm probably not going to have a rear fender set up for a good minute. So, I mean, it'll kind of just rock like this for now. But that's going to be all. I'll bring you guys back tomorrow whenever I finish everything up, and we'll see what's good. Alright guys, it's a new day. We're back out here getting it. So I still need to do some frame mods, and I still need to make the spring mounts for the seat, but I went ahead and started on the exhaust. So pretty much what I'm doing is I took the pipes off, I cut off the old boof ass tips that it had, and I got it all ready to go now. So I have the welder and everything out. Essentially what I'm gonna be doing is I wanna, whoa, about to fall. I wanna make the tips sit like that. So I mean, as you could see, you know, yeah, it'll be like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and like tack weld them on, and they're gonna be, you know, sitting on there. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tack these on. I'm gonna take the pipes back off after I tack them, and once we got the tips tacked on, I'll take them off, like, you know, put some beads or whatever to strengthen it some more. And then I got this titanium heat wrap. It's about 50 foot of it or whatever. So with the pipes off, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it and use hose clamps to hold this in place. And after that, we should be able to bolt the pipes on, and that'll be a done deal. So yeah. Continuing on with this bobber ass build, we got the rear seat mounts done, cut, welded in already. I got the pipes with the tips welded. They're ready to get heat wrapped. I'll go ahead and show you these. So essentially, it's just a piece of metal that I cut, like these little tabs, you know, so cut them to make them look fancy, and then just welded a bolt to them, and then welded them to the frame, as you can see here. I did in fact weld it on the top and on the bottom, just because my fat ass is going to be sitting on this. So yeah. So I mean, I'll kind of give you a look see at that, maybe, if I can. I don't know what I'm looking at though. Alright, so I don't know if you guys could see it, but yeah, like I said, they're welded on the bottom and the top. And I mean, they look pretty fucking cool, I'd say. Should sit the seat on it very well. I'm going to wait for these to cool down, and I'm going to spray them with some paint. And then the seat should be all good to go after the paint dries. So while I'm waiting for that to cool down, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping these puppies with the heat wrap. Like I said, here we got it. So I mean, that's a pretty easy process. The only thing I'm going to do differently than the old heat wrap is I'm going to start from the bottom and then go this way. That way the like seams or layers or whatever you want to call it, they'll be like deflecting the wind instead of the wind trying to get inside of the layers of heat wrap. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna like start it right here, and then I'm gonna put a hose clamp to hold it, and then I'm gonna wrap all the way up the pipe, and then put another hose clamp at the other end to hold it, and then the pipes will bolt back on very easily. So yeah, guys, she's turning out real sick. I'm loving the little bit of fab work that this is taking. Like, the bikes are so much easier, faster, and they're kind of cooler, honestly. But I still like my cars and trucks, you know. But yeah, your boy see you guys having a ball. Let me get to it. Alright, we got it pretty much knocked out. We got a couple of little things we still got to do, such as chop the frame. And after I chop the frame, then I can final mount the turn signals, get them wired in and stuff. But this is what she looking like, boys. So I mean, as you can see, got these fresh ass pipes, freshly wrapped with these tips angled right the fuck out the side. We got our final product in here, which I mean, as you can see, looks damn near like it was made for it. Look at that. Beautiful little spring mounts that I got made here. Looks very sick. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this old girl. Like I said, we still got to chop the frame on both sides. Depending on how it is with no fender in the rear, I might end up adding one, because that's pretty whack. We still got to go ahead and change out these little side pieces. But she's ready for her first test ride, I guess. I don't know if I need to tighten the chain or anything like that. but I'm gonna go ahead and send it for the first one. I'll go ahead and give you guys a little sound test. Man, she blows wind. Oh yeah. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Probably gonna continue this video into the time I finish cutting the frame. This entire bobber modification time is all going to be on one video, so you guys are going to be able to see it all together, see everything that we've done to the bike, and pretty much, you know, get an idea of that fucking bobber feel. So let me get cracking on doing whatever I'm gonna do, and then I'll bring you guys back whenever we're cutting the frame and finalizing the turn signals, and then we should be out. Alright guys, we're almost reaching the finish line on this 03 Shadow bobber build. So to update you guys, I did go ahead and cut the frame. I've drilled the holes for the turn signals. I've got the turn signals finally mounted. I got them all wired up now. I just need to finish that up. And after that, we're going to be using some black silicone to fill in the open areas of the frame. So I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So here you can see we have our frame, and it is, you know, angle cut or whatever. It looks real OG. So we're just going to fill in this area here inside of there with the black silicone and then just smooth it flush. Same thing with this side. So I mean, it'll be a nice clean look. Our signals are mounted. They look like they'll be pretty damn visible, I'd say. But yeah, we got everything all wired up. We still need to finish this off with some insulation tape just to clean everything up down here. I got these washers on the little spring mounts just because my fat ass was kind of bottoming out the seat. So I mean, these act kind of as a riser for the seat, and it's also like a nice flat area for the springs to sit in. So that's cool also. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish that up, and then the wiring and everything should be good on the signals. The only thing we're gonna have to do is hit them with silicone, and that'll just pretty much chill for the rest of that. So let me finish up the wiring, hit it with the silicone, and then slap the seat on, and then I'll bring you guys back to get like a final look at what she's gonna look like now. But yeah, not too bad, guys. For the cut on the frame, I was actually gonna use like a hand saw, you know, like a hacksaw or whatever, and that shit was taking too long, so I just whipped out the fucking grinder and cut it off. I mean, these are the pieces right here, as you can see, you know, just little pieces of the frame and stuff. RIP to that. But yeah, I think it looks real clean with it angle cut like that. It's a nice little ending to it, and then we got the signals mounted right on them too, so it's pretty good look, I'd say. Should be street legal now. I did take it for a rip earlier, guys, and I mean, it rode pretty good. Like I said, there's no suspension in the rear anymore, so whenever I would hit a bump, I would like bottom out that seat, you know, and these little bolts on the bottom of the seat also, see, like as you can see here, these little bolts, I think they were hitting. So what I did was I kind of shaved them because the studs were much longer, you know. So yeah, we'll see how that rides after that. But other than that, guys, she rode pretty nice. I haven't adjusted the chain or anything since we've lowered it, but it seems to do fine. So I don't know the exact specifications on that. Oh, and I also removed, I was trying to take off these little pegs because I thought the original ones were kind of whack, and I seen that I was able to just fully take that shit off, because as you can see, they had these on it and I wasn't a big fan. So now we're just rocking the blank peg with the spike on the end, So that's kind of cool. Fuck yeah. Alright guys, let me get this all finished up and I'll bring you guys back to go ahead and end out this video for you guys. Alright guys, my phone's about to die and it's getting pretty dark. So I got everything knocked out. The bike's now like 100% complete aside from a rear fender. But let's check it out. So here we have it. That's essentially, you know, like the finished product there. So I mean, as you can see, I just filled it with black silicone to give it that finished look. This side you kind of see a little bit better. But yeah, so you want to let that seal and harden up or whatever for at least like a couple days. I wanted to take it to work tomorrow, you know, just a stunt. But okay, Tata. See, they're already hustling a nigga to hurry up. But I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but back in here too, I was getting this feeling of the seat kind of like being loose, you know, like it would shimmy side to side and shit like that. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but inside of there I got kind of like a sleeve. See, maybe on this one you'll be able to see it. Well, either way, there's a little sleeve that goes over the bolt, and it kind of centers it. So as you can see, like the springs are nice and centered on the washers that I put on. So hopefully that'll stabilize it a lot. You know, like it feels a lot more secure already. So I think it worked pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and let that stuff seal up. And yeah, guys, we should be boogieing. But this is probably gonna be the end of this video, guys. So I mean, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this little bobber build that we knocked out and this pretty much like single video. But yeah, guys, motorcycles are a lot easier, cheaper, faster to build, stuff like that. It's a good time. I encourage everybody to try new things, you know, get more experience under your belt. But as for me, this is going to be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.